most people at frontline supervisors are promoted because they're the best technical expert. So you think about a coach being on the field and hitting the ball or kicking the ball, that's totally not a good idea. What a coach needs to do, of course, is to train people so they are confident and competent so that you can get off the field and see the big picture of the game. So a boss would be on the field, micromanaging everybody. A coach would be walking towards the sidelines of the field so they can see the big picture. So reading body language and being empathetic is hugely important. And so we teach people in coaching to be more of a listener than a talker, being a sounding board for people, because when people have a sounding board, they can talk about some of the issues that are frustrating them. And often when people do that, they solve their own problems and the problem gets a lot smaller. So being a sounding board and being empathetic is hugely important in this day and age. Your job as a coach when you're developing a lead is to train people. The best way to train people is on the job. How do you train people is you set goals for them and you ask big questions. Well, what do you think? How do you feel? What's preventing you? What would it look like if we fix the problem? Telling people what to do just creates dependency, and you want people to become independent of you. Some people celebrate when there's a long lineup outside their office of people asking for the answers. That's not really good. You need to have time to do your own stuff, because 70% of training happens on the job, and it's mostly by asking big, powerful questions, not giving the answers right away. Basically, when you're doing everyone else's job, you're looking over their shoulders, you're constantly correcting people, you're treating people like a child. And when you treat people like a child, they behave like kids. You want to treat people like adults. You want to think well of them. So the big benefit you get, I could summarize with 3 S's. People are going to say good things about you. People are going to strive. They're going to go the extra mile, and people are going to stay much longer, particularly millennials. They typically are in a job for about 2 years. But if you treat them like an adult and you invest in their training, which is mostly on the job, they're going to stay with you much longer and give you the reward at the end of the 2 years and beyond. About 40% of all managers are eligible for retirement in the next 10 years. So they're going to be either moving out or moving up. So those high potentials have huge opportunities. And what every manager and supervisor should be doing is identifying who is my high potential and how can I develop that individual so they can take over from me when I go to the next level. It's really important as part of the talent management process. We get fabulous feedback from people because what they like about the course is that it is practical, it is applicable, it is relevant, and the 3 facilitators actually demonstrate what coaching and mentoring looks like. We're not instructors. I hate the word instructors. We're facilitators. And so there's a lot of conversation, a lot of stories, a lot of humor, and we work through the process as a team. This not only improves your work, this improves your life, because being a good coach is a good parent, is a good partner. It's a 24 hours a day skill, just the ability to give feedback. To deal with people when you have differences in a constructive, kind way is hugely important. It's an important part of the program as well.